Aladdin and the Magic Lamp. One night, the sky suddenly turned dark. The wind wandered through the mysterious lands of the East. A sandstorm began that would last for hours. And right at that moment, something no one had ever known happened. In those mysterious lands, a baby was born whose destiny would be woven with extraordinary events. The baby's name was Aladdin. Aladdin grew up in these lands in poverty with his mother. He worked in the market to bring money home. In the magnificent palace of the same country lived Princess Yasmin, who was born on the same day as Aladdin, and whose beauty was legendary. Though she never lived with financial worries, she always carried within her a feeling of emptiness she could not explain. Her only friend was a tiny hummingbird that dazzled with its colors. Sometimes Yasmin would cover her face with a veil and go down to the public market. She would walk among the crowds trying to forget her loneliness. And no one ever realized that she was Princess Yasmin of the palace. One morning, Aladdin set out with a shovel in his hand. Just as he was about to go to work, he noticed a strange man standing by an old well. The man was looking around nervously, behaving as if he was hiding something. As Aladdin passed by, the man suddenly called out, "Hey, wait! Look over here!" At first, Aladdin looked around, but when he saw no one else there, he realized the man was calling him. Aladdin went over to the strange-looking man and said, "Yes, sir?" The man leaned in secretly and said to Aladdin, "If you help me, I'll give you a sack full of gold." Aladdin could not hide his surprise. "What? A sack of gold?" He repeated the man's words. The man nodded eagerly. At that moment, Aladdin thought, if he helped the man, his mother could live a comfortable life without ever working. So he accepted the man's offer. The strange man said that he had dropped something into the well in front of him. Then he tied a long, thick rope around Aladdin's waist. He would lower him into the well so that he could take the thing from the bottom. Though Aladdin was a little afraid, he slowly began descending with the rope into the well. Inside the well, it was so dark that it was impossible to see the bottom. But Aladdin was brave, and though his heart beat loudly, he managed to reach the very bottom. There, one could not see even a hand in front of one's eyes. He immediately took a match from his pocket and lit it. And he could not believe what he saw. The walls of the well were covered with sparkling jewels, emeralds, rubies, golden gleams. And right in front of him stood an old lamp covered with dust. This was the thing that man wanted. When Aladdin picked up the lamp, he shouted, "I think I found what you wanted! It's standing right here in front of me!" The man grew very excited and tugged at the rope to have Aladdin bring up the lamp quickly. But Aladdin could not take his eyes off the gold around him. He wanted to linger there a little longer, but since the man kept pulling on the rope, he began climbing up with difficulty. Just as he was about to come out of the well, the man said, "Give me that lamp, and then you'll hold on more easily." As soon as Aladdin handed the lamp to the man let go of the rope. Aladdin could not hold on and fell screaming back into the well. But the man also failed to keep hold of the lamp, and it fell into the well, hitting Aladdin on the head. The man went mad with rage. He left to find another solution. But Aladdin, holding the golden lamp, was left completely alone for days in that cold, dark, and silent well. No matter how much he shouted, no one heard his voice. At that moment, a tiny light flashed before his eyes. Aladdin crawled toward the light and saw that it was coming from a ring. The moment he put the ring on his finger, the bottom of the well lit up like daytime, and a huge giant appeared before him. The giant said, "You have 3 wishes. Wish for whatever you want." Aladdin immediately said he wanted to get out of the well. The giant granted his wish, and Aladdin was freed from the well. All he had left with him was the golden lamp. As he hurried home, he bumped into Yasmin, who was secretly wandering the market. Aladdin was struck speechless at the sight of her beauty. Yasmin, too, could not take her eyes off this young man. Though they both apologized and went their separate ways, a strange excitement remained in their hearts. When Aladdin arrived home, he told his mother what had happened. Then he showed her the lamp in his hand. His mother wanted to clean the lamp and sell it. But as soon as she wiped the lamp, smoke filled the room and a blue genie emerged. Aladdin and his mother could not believe their eyes. The genie had been inside the lamp for years, and with joy at his release, he swore to serve Aladdin forever. For his first wish, Aladdin asked the genie for a splendid feast with every kind of food imaginable. Instantly, a banquet appeared before them with everything they desired on it. Thanks to the genie, Aladdin and his mother became rich in just days. They no longer lived in an old house, but in a magnificent mansion. Meanwhile, the Sultan's guards told him that Yasmin had been sneaking out of the palace to mingle with the people. So her father, the Sultan, locked her in her room. Yasmin spent her days looking out of her window and dreaming of the handsome young man she had seen in the market, Aladdin. As Aladdin's wealth spread by word of mouth, one day the Sultan summoned him to the palace to learn the source of it. He asked him to bring 40 soldiers, each carrying chests full of gold. As Aladdin left the palace, his eyes met Yasmin's. He immediately realized that she was the girl he had met in the market. Wanting to win the Sultan's favor, he hurried excitedly home. Meanwhile, Yasmin rushed to her father, threw herself at his feet, and said she had feelings for the young man she had just seen, and that she wanted to marry him. Her father, the Sultan, said, "Let's wait and see, my daughter. First, he must fulfill my wishes." As soon as Aladdin arrived home, he stroked the lamp 3 times, and the blue genie appeared, and he wished for what the Sultan wanted. The genie snapped his fingers, and instantly 40 soldiers appeared, each carrying chests full of gold. The next day, Aladdin brought the 40 soldiers to the Sultan's palace. The Sultan was very impressed by such wealth and agreed to let his daughter marry Aladdin. Held in the palace that was remembered for ages. One day, while Aladdin was not at the palace, an old peddler passed through the palace gardens. The peddler shouted, "Old things for trade, old things, peddler." Hearing this, Yasmin noticed the old lamp of Aladdin's and gave it to the peddler. In exchange, she took a prettier, newer lamp. But Yasmin did not realize that the one she gave the lamp to was the same wicked man who had once left Aladdin alone in the well. The man was overjoyed the moment he got the lamp. Right then and there, he rubbed the lamp, and the blue genie came out, and he ordered him to carry this beautiful palace, along with the princess, far away. The genie fulfilled the wish of his new master. The palace, with Yasmin and the wicked man inside, was carried far away into the lost lands of the desert. When Aladdin returned, neither Yasmin nor the palace was there anymore. At once he remembered the ring he had found in the well and put it on his finger. With the ring, the place lit up again and the giant reappeared. The giant said to Aladdin, "What do you wish from me? You have only 2 wishes left." Aladdin wished to go to Yasmin's side. When the giant clapped his hands, Aladdin suddenly found himself on a flying carpet. Aladdin barely managed to get onto the carpet, and the flying carpet carried him to the palace in the farthest corner of the desert. Aladdin quietly entered the palace. In the palace hall, he saw Yasmin serving the wicked man. And the blue genie's lamp was sitting in the man's lap. Aladdin put the ring on his finger once more. The giant appeared before him again and said, "Wish for whatever you want, but this will be your last wish, remember?" Aladdin wished for the wicked man to turn into a bird. The giant clapped his hands, and the man instantly turned into a bird and flew out of the palace window. Yasmin was shocked at what she saw. Finally, Aladdin ran to Yasmin and embraced her. And of course, he immediately took the lamp with the blue genie. When he rubbed it a few times, the blue genie appeared. He asked him to return the palace to its original place. The blue genie did as he was told, and the palace floated in the sky and returned to its old place. From that day on, Aladdin and Yasmin lived happily ever after as the happiest couple in the East.